What's going on, guys? Gibbs is here. We're talking about the regional championships, guys. I'm going to probably put this video up Saturday morning right before North America, so get ready for it. But I wanted to talk about what are these teams actually playing for this weekend, because we know all 8 of these teams are going to the LAN, so they're going to be battling out for a ton of money there, but there's still a lot of important games to be decided here, plus a lot of glory on the line. I'm also recording this video at 2:53 a.m. in the morning on Friday. I'm about to board my flight in a little bit. Well, I have to take an Uber first and do all that, but we're getting there. I figured I had a little bit of time, so I would explain a little bit about why they're playing this weekend and what they are playing for. So let's get right into it. First off, the format. There's only 4 teams left. A lot of people were confused, thinking that the top 6 were still alive. It's only 4 teams left. The 2 that made it out of the regional playoffs last weekend will join the 2 that had buys from league play. We got best of 7 matches. We haven't seen this at all this season of RLCS, so it should be a lot of fun to watch. We've seen best of 5 pretty much the entire time, except for the first weekend of open qualifiers. The one that wasn't streamed was actually best of 3 games, because, you know, when you have 6,000 teams, you kind of want that bracket to go a little bit quicker. Single elimination. So last week we had double elimination. This week, you lose once, you're done. You still have the 3rd place game to play for, consolation prize, but there's still some prize money and some bracket seating on the line. But if you want to win it, you can't lose it all. So single elimination there. And the way it works is the best record from league play, which was Orbit and Northern Gaming, will play the lower bracket winner in the regional playoff, which was Take 3 or Market Aces. So Orbit versus Take 3, Northern Gaming versus Market Aces. Then the second best record from league play, Energy and Flipside Tactics versus the upper bracket winner in the regional playoffs. So the better team that came out of the regional playoffs, which is Genesis and Precision Z. So Energy versus Genesis, Flipside versus Precision Z. We'll continue. Now, what are they actually playing for here? They're playing for bracket seeding going into the LAN. Very important. And we'll get to it in a second. But basically, your regional seed is based on your placement at the regional championships. And here's how the bracket works out. So Europe number 1 will face North America 4, obviously. Europe number 3 will face North America number 2. Those will be on the same upper bracket. So for semifinal matches and so forth on, then those are the teams that you have to worry about. And then Europe 4 versus North America 1 and Europe 2 versus North America 3. Now, why is this important? It might not be important at all, because last time we saw it, the Flying Dutchman, as a Europe 4 seed, beat the North America 1 seed, Kings of Urban, and then iBuyPower, the North America 3 seed, actually won the entire thing. But I will argue it is extremely important, because say for like Northern Gaming, for instance, they had the first match of the day. They had to open the whole tournament. Probably a lot of nerves. They got to play a team like Genesis from North America, the worst team from North America, the ones that just barely made it. A lot easier of a team to play when you're nervous and the first time you're on stage than if you had to play like a Mach EU or, for Northern's case, an iBuyPower Cosmic or a Kings of Urban. So getting those nerves out of the way, like you get an easier matchup. Now, of course, like you could still lose the matchup, but you would much rather play a weaker team because like if you can get by them, then you're probably golden. Like you played your first series, like you got your first win. Now you're used to the stage a bit. The nerves are not going to be as much. Of course, there's still going to be nerves, but it won't be anything like your first series. And Northern Gaming actually rode that really well. They had a 3-0 versus Genesis, then 3-0 Exodus, and those were both on day number 1. Then they had to sit a while until they played their winner's final game, and they lost to iBuy, and then they wound up losing to Flipside as well. But that first day was really important because that guaranteed them at least a 3rd place seeding, or a 3rd place finish, I should say, and they got a lot of prize money for it. Now, of course, like every win matters. Like if you win one game, then you can't come in 7th, so you'll like automatically be up to that 5th place prize money. And then if you get 2 wins, obviously, then like you could be either 4th or you could be even 3rd if they're in the winner's bracket, or the upper bracket, I should say. So very important to try and get easier matchups earlier on, because you want to get that confidence builder, especially for the teams that are brand new to this. Like if they can surprise and then face a weaker team early on, that's a big confidence boost, because they're going to be extremely nervous, I would think, for their very first time. But at the same time, some old vets will probably be nervous too. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. Yeah, so very important, bracket seeding. You don't want to be playing like a Northern Gaming or a Flipside, probably, if you're on the NA side. And on the Europe side, you probably don't want to be playing Orbit, I would say. Or maybe Energy or Genesis. Like, you want Take 3 probably out of those 4 teams. But we'll continue. Of course, there's a lot of money on the line. $25,000 prize pool for each region. First place gets $10K, and that's split 3 ways. That's some good change. Second is $6,500. Third is $4,000. And fourth is $2,000. So if you get even one win, that's $2,000 more dollars. And then it goes on and on upwards. Fifth and sixth were already awarded, so $1,500 and $1,000. Vindicator and Red Eye got the $1,500 because that was last week, and Revival and Reunited got $1,000. So those 2 teams are out. They finished 5th and 6th, or those 4 teams, I should say, are out. And now the top 4 are playing for the money. Pretty simple there, but lots of money to be had. And then, of course, the stream schedule. Twitch.tv/Rocket League. We have NA on Saturday, which is the day you should be seeing this video, hopefully, at 3 p.m. Eastern. That's 9 p.m. Central European Time. Orbit versus Take 3, followed by Energy versus Genesis. So, you know, if you're an Energy or Genesis fan, maybe you could show up a little bit late. I would suggest not, but you could. And then Europe is Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central European Time. Northern Gaming versus Machinaces is the first game there. That's going to be a really exciting one. Followed by Flipside Tactics versus Precision Z. Of course, the third place game will follow those 2 games on both days, and then the grand finals will be the final match of those days. So a little bit of a shorter stream for you guys on those days. So don't forget to don't forget to show up, set your alarms, do whatever. There's no daylight savings time this week. Changing clocks, so you shouldn't have any excuses this week, but we're excited for these matches. Gonna have a lot of good games, and best of 7 is gonna be a lot of fun to watch and see how these teams adapt throughout the series. But that's it, guys. Gonna have some good games. We're gonna begin bracketing. Then December 3rd and 4th is Amsterdam. Really, really close. Like, once these games are done, they have what, 3 weekends? I guess. I think it's 3 weekends until the LAN, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And hopefully we can see you there. I'm bringing out baby Giblet. I'm bringing out the wifey, Mrs. Gibbs. So come say hi. If you see me, we'll probably be doing some meet and greets after the shows. So yeah, definitely come say hi. We'll hang out. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Come watch the action this weekend. Later.